Here's a quick video on how to request delegated mortgage insurance. This is only applicable if this is a conventional loan. That would be a Freddie or Fannie conventional loan. So what you're going to do is go into Encompass and you are going to access the tools. So you're going to go to Tools, TQL Services. One thing to remember when ordering delegated mortgage insurance is that you must have an appraisal or an appraisal waiver in the file before getting your delegated certificate. If you do not have an appraisal or a PIW, then you need to keep your MI in quote status only. LP1 should have gone through and run MI quotes prior to handoff, so you should already have an MI quote in file. However, best practice is to go to TQL Services and go ahead and run a quote with all MI companies simultaneously to make sure that we are giving our borrower the lowest MI rate. So again, we're going to go into the Encompass file, Tools, TQL Services. You're going to go ahead and click the small plus sign next to Mortgage Insurance Service Orders. When you do that, all the MI companies will pop up. You should be able to see the current MI company that is selected for the file. In this particular case, we do have an Arch quote already in the file, and if you want to go ahead and click View Fees, you can see what that rate currently is. In this example, it's 0.19. Now that I have my appraisal, I'm going to go ahead and rerun this quote so I can order my delegated mortgage insurance certificate. First step is going to be to hit the Compare Rate Quotes button. Again, even though we already have an MI company selected in this file, I do want to go ahead and do one last check to make sure we are giving the buyer the cheapest MI rate possible. After intake and processing checklist, items in the file may have changed that could give the buyer a lower possible MI rate. So we always want to check prior to ordering the delegated certificate. And so we'll see when this pops up that indeed we do have some lower options. We have 0.19 with Arch and Essent. Genworth is 0.21. Radian is 0.21, and then MGIC and National are both 0.18. So I'm going to go ahead and select the lower MI company. In this case, National and MGIC are tied. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to click Import Fees. And this is going to go ahead and import that MI rate into the file. And I'm also going to make note of this quote order number, M3CHQ36. Just go ahead and write that down, because next you're going to come out of this screen and go to the e-folder, and I want you to go ahead and delete all of these mortgage insurance e-folders that have been created. Anytime you run a simultaneous quote through TQL, it's going to create a series of e-folders for each quote. We don't want those in there. Go ahead and delete all of those, and now you're back at the TQL screen. Now you want to highlight the mortgage insurance company that you've selected after your simultaneous quote. In this example, it's National MI. And you're simply going to now click the Order button right next to that original Compare Quotes button. We're going to select National MI from the drop-down button. Now we're going to click Order, and it's going to take us to the National screen. And we're just going to make sure that everything is complete in here. Instead of rate quote, we are going to select delegated application. And from the drop down, we're going to select the appropriate rate quote ID. Earlier, we had jotted down M3CHQ36. We're going to select that right here. And just make sure that all your applicable fields are selected. In this case, we have one with a star that needs to be changed to accept eligible. Now we're going to order the actual MI delegated certificate. What that means is that we can go ahead and pull the mortgage insurance certificate now. It's already going to be in the file, and then our underwriter is going to approve the MI cert. So it will take just a few minutes for this to run. As you can see, the screen pops up again with the same MI rate of 0.18. And now we can come over to our e-folder, and now we should just have the one e-folder, and this is our National MI cert right here. And so we'll have this ready to go in our e-folder for the underwriter to review. Just make sure you go to Mercurium and you go ahead and change that PMI button from ordered to received.